Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Steve Moran here with Douglas Yates, and we're going to talk a little Bitcoin headlines and some Ken's coin today. How we doing?
Doing great, man. It's another great day in the blockchain world. If you've just been looking at the news these past few weeks, past 3, 4, 5 weeks, I mean, one awesome thing after another. It's all about adoption, and there's like we said yesterday, there's a couple things going on. The adoption level is growing just massively each week. There's
Right.
banks are onboarding it. Um, the, PayPal basically announced that they're going to get into the node business, or Visa too, on Ethereum and such, and then which means and every account is going to be tied to a node, which means, and they have millions of accounts. If they have a node, you got to have at least one Bitcoin or one Ethereum in it, and so that's a lot of especially the Bitcoin world, a lot of Bitcoin just tied up and just having those nodes, because the node's kind of key to make residual income. It's kind of like the network. It's kind of like,
Okay.
with credit card, it's the gateways and networks that take those fees and stuff,
Right.
and that's how they make their billions of dollars. And the same kind of thing is in blockchain to verify a transaction. There's mining, and then there's the verification. To do the verification, it costs a little bit, but with billions of those transactions happening on a daily, weekly, monthly basis,
Right.
that's a lot of money. And that's how they're going to basically replace their income from what their old system into the new system. And then there's countries, El Salvador, and list goes on, that are basically making Bitcoin as their national currency. And even with the United States, they're trying to pass all these crazy laws to try to suppress it, and regulation is okay. I'm not opposed to regulation, but suppression and trying to take away this massive freedom we have, I
Right.
don't like that part of it. But it didn't. It's not really. It's too far gone. The adoption level is too high right now.
Yeah. Now it's crazy. I mean, Coinbase, which just recently did an IPO, I was reading this morning, it's going to buy $500 million worth of crypto
Yeah.
just to hold on to.
Yeah. I mean, did you see how much money they made last quarter? It was a few $1 billion,
Yeah.
and they're just an exchange. That's all they are.
Yeah, you know what was it? I also saw that was interesting is that Robinhood stock went down yesterday when it was revealed that 40% of their revenue was from Dogecoin trading.
Yep. Yeah, it's everywhere, and we talked about this before. Is once that adoption level starts getting to the next tipping point, which is we're getting there, the whole supply and demand thing is just gonna the demand is gonna go massively up, and the supply is what it is. It's a fixed supply, especially in Bitcoin.
Right.
And now with Ethereum going, in Ethereum 2.0, basically, where they're burning for every Ethereum that's being used, they're burning some. Because Ethereum's unlimited, so that was one of the knocks on it.
Right.
Oh, hey, there's no limit to it. You can produce how many you want, so it kind of cut the price down. And now they're kind of put a little formula where they're burning so much based on how much is out there, which kind of hopefully will balance that out. It's being reflected in the price. I mean, the Ethereum's way up in the past few weeks. And hang on to your pants, because it's between now and the end of the year. I mean, there's people out there talking from $100,000 to $400,000 per Bitcoin by the end of the year. And I'm not guaranteeing anything or giving you any advice, but I'm just telling you what I read in these headlines.
Yeah, the headlines have changed drastically over the last month, haven't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, this thing. There's like 0.5% of bear talk and 99.5% of bull talk.
Yeah,
for sure. It's all positive.
Definitely. Got a bunch of noise in the background with my kids here. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. I'll keep talking. You got oh my gosh. You gotta love live streaming. Anyway, you look at the charts for Bitcoin. And compare them to the last year. there's a couple things that on my studies for this last few weeks that I've kind of come to the conclusion is Bitcoin. When China shut down all the mining, Bitcoin, it didn't really affect Bitcoin at all. There was no hitch. Within hours, all the other monies were picking up the slack, and because Bitcoin's programmed that way. And as far as this, these ups and downs in every year, Bitcoin coming basically making a minimum of 200% increase. It's programmed that way. It's programmed to do that. It's doing what it's programmed, and that's what's so powerful about Bitcoin, and specifically Bitcoin. It's programmed to go up every year. It's programmed to have these gains that we're having and to offset inflation like it's doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nothing else created quite like Bitcoin, right?
No,
in that respect.
No, there's no. I don't know how you could get a better economy platform, currency platform than Bitcoin. It's purest form, and it cannot. It's virtually impossible. Maybe it is with a couple quantum computers, but I don't know. I doubt it is to control this thing. It's going to do what it's programmed to do, no matter what's happening in the world. Right. And it's programmed to have a nice storage of wealth, long-term wise, and to go up every year.
Right. It's interesting. One of the things you're talking about when we talk about the Ken's coin, and you talk about all the adoption and things like that right now, is like we're talking Robinhood. Their earnings drop because it's all about Dogecoin, right?
Right.
That's what their transactions are, and that means that more people are getting exposed to it just because they're like on Robinhood, because you can't go to Dogecoin and buy it, right?
Right.
You can't even go there and buy it. So once we've got our exchange there, you could really eliminate that whole exchange thing. And it's like, now what are they going to be talking about their earnings? Things that's going to be, it can change the whole dynamic of this whole exchange thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The ease of use is going to come into play big time because of the masses coming into it. And the
ease of use has to happen when you have this much adoption coming in.
Yeah,
it's the next necessary evolution, right?
Yep. And then like regarding NFTs and stuff, which is kind of the future of that part of the blockchain. I mean, I forget her. It's a young artist. She's very popular. I'll remember the name in a second. But she just put out a couple songs and she made a few $1 million in a few minutes on NFTs.
Yeah, I saw that it was $1 million in less than 60 minutes.
Yeah, and so that's the future of music and any type of digital media. Right now I used to own a record company back in the day, and we made our money based on we put the upfront money to acquire the artist, record the the music, and then distribute it out. And we made it on the difference between wholesale or actually we sold it at what we made it for and what we sold it at wholesale.
Right.
And then the record companies the record stores made it from wholesale to retail. And then there's publishing involved, where you get a piece of every sale gets split up to whoever owns the publishing, and that's where the big money is. We're with record companies pretty much controlling everything, and they were kind of in bed with the radio stations too. So they kind of had a little monopoly.
Illusion, right? Yeah.
With the blockchain, the way you could structure it is when you sell a song out there that you own, no matter who buys it, when they resell it, you can program the blockchain to get a piece of it. You don't even have to do anything.
So now you're creating generational wealth off the resale of these kinds of things. It's
absolutely.
There's only can be so many of them, maybe that they make in a batch or however they decide they want to do it.
Yep.
That's why it's so interesting. Like when we talk about the charities and the nonprofits, if you think about any kind of group like that already has a community, why was this record person, this singer, successful? She had a community, right?
Yep.
And then she was able to present this thing. So, you look at these big charities and nonprofits that have these communities that have been doing good in the community for years. There are hundreds and thousands of possible NFTs sitting there just waiting to be turned into these things. Okay. talk about being able to, you reuse your information and for benefit, because, those NFTs could be, I mean, they could go out and they have enough history to go out and literally raise tens or hundreds of millions of dollars just from the NFTs that they go back in and create out of past events, right?
Yep. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You could, anything that's digital or could be wrapped, well, it's even physical with art and stuff. You could lock it into a blockchain and be able to resell it out there. You can take public domain stuff and do it with it. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing that the opportunities are whatever you can think of.
Whatever you can think of. Yeah. Whatever really the mind of man can. I mean, and really, you don't even have to really think about anything new. You just have to go back out and look and see what's really worked in the past. Like when you talk about public domain things, people go out and grab public domain and, books and different things like that. And they just take books that were out there a long, long time ago and they just repurpose them and turn it into amazing profits,
Yep.
And we've never had the opportunity to be able to create these long-term profits, because if you tie the NFT to a smart contract, you can literally make 10% or whatever you want to every time one of these things changes hands. And, that's what's really powerful, because now, artists and nonprofits and foundations and all can, they can create generational wealth off of doing good, just off their doing good, because they've already got such a large community where it'll be real easy to get rid of those, to sell those NFTs.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that's going to, it's kind of a part of this use case that we're launching, and kind of grew into its own little thing. Yeah. Is the NFT is going to be a big part of that, because it'll allow existing charities stuff that they've done in the past to repackage those and do it again.
Right. Package whatever your content is. It's, it's kind of like if you've got any kind of a community that's out there, like our whole, tagline now is, turning communities into economies. If somebody's got a community out there and it's a real community that's been doing and stuff and putting things together and kind of doing things, we can literally show them how to, monetize that and turn it into an economy and create NFTs and have the exchanges there where you could have the, literally point of sale purchase right there on your website to make things super, super easy for people. So, people can get into the game for, so much less than they could have ever thought about doing in the past. And the upside is like nothing we've ever seen. I mean, I've hit a couple of pretty big home runs in my life, and I've been fortunate, thank God, for that. But the kind of stuff we're seeing now is just like, it's just going to be just absolutely crazy, compared to what happened in the past.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting. And, and like I said, you gotta, if you're gonna make it in this world, you gotta make the ease of use is huge, and that's kind of like the next generation of this. Before, it was just the crazy people were getting into it, the techies and the ones that were just a little crazy to jump in that early, and then it kind of grew into that was the early adopters and the first adopters, and now it's getting into the mass adoption. And so the ease of use is huge. And that's kind of why in this, when we were talking about this use case with Kinscoin, the ease of use is going to be a huge part of that. And, creating the coin was fairly straightforward. And now getting it into people's hands, we're making it easier and easier as time goes on. It's like a 3 or 4 step process now, but we're get it down to a 1-2 step process. And to stay within the rules, we don't want to. We're not money exchangers or anything like that. We're just providing a service here, of allowing people to help other people and use the blockchain to be able to track that and be transparent with that. And that's the which is great. If anybody's got questions, just go look at what's public available. Everything's there. There's nothing to hide.
The interesting thing is, if you want more internet information on what we're doing, you can head over to www.kenscoin.io. I'll go ahead and put that up there for everybody to see. What we've really done is, we've figured out how to go out and help families with special needs and really help people in the community. And, what we're doing with that is we're going to be documenting that and creating NFTs from that. And that's why we kind of had to have ourselves the exchange along with the NFT kind of portion. And this is the kind of thing we're going to be able to document and show you how it's working for our business. And we've created really a turnkey model where anybody that has a community can plug into this entire thing and really create an amazing economy. Because, think about it. I mean, what we're doing to create this, okay, and this is just really kind of out of thin air, is, one of my passions has always been golf. I was talking to, Douglas before we came on, and, I've got a big tournament this weekend on Saturday and Sunday out at La Costa. It's our end of the year thing for player of the year and a bunch of stuff like that. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to kind of, do those kinds of things that I want. But, charity golf tournaments, celebrity golf tournaments are a big part of, charitable fundraising. And, because it's such a passion to me, I said, okay, this would be really cool. Let's just tie that to, kind of what we're doing. So we're going to use Ken's Coin to go out and 80% of the money that comes in from that is going to be used to help families that have special needs kids. Okay. And then what we're going to be doing is at these, charity golf tournaments, we're going to be, showcasing what we've been doing in the community. Okay. We're going to be having, live sports and memorabilia and really nice golf and travel destinations and things that are going to be up for auction. And everything that's going to be able to participate in auction, you'll be able to participate live, even if you're not at the event, if you'd like. Okay. But everything to be in the event, to purchase anything in the event, everything that happens at the event is all going to be done with Ken's Coin.
Yeah.
So we've created, a real way to really make it all tied together and for it all to work. And, that's why this, it's going to be a real interesting study. I mean, look at, what Dogecoin is worth today. What are they, 40 billion or something like that? When I did a video last week, they were worth 33 billion. Now they're worth about 25% more. Go figure. They're still doing nothing. Last time I checked, 100% of nothing is still nothing. And so
Right.
How you keep growing at that rate is like, okay, well, I'm not quite sure, but we got something now. We're going to really add a lot of value to the community, which I think is really important. We're something we can really feel good about. And we're going to be, raising money doing these charity golf tournaments. And the other thing that's interesting about this is we're going to be using Ken's Coin to attract really high level celebrities and athletes to attend our tournaments. And then, I see us being able to really develop some great relationships with those people there and show them how they can take their own property that they've created over years and turn those into NFTs, So it's kind of like the gift that keeps giving, right? The more we go out and help people, and then we get to use what we did there to help grow this and to help more people. And it's just, it's really cool feeling to be able to, come up with an idea like this. And, guys, this is something we came up with this idea, 5-6 weeks ago?
Yeah. And we're pretty much got about 65% of it implemented, and the rest is coming very quickly.
Very quickly. So it's like speed. I mean, the ability to be able to just do something and actually make something happen and see what happens in the marketplace it's unlike any other time we've ever been in. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check out what we're doing at Ken's Coin, head over to kenscoin.io. If you're there, if you're interested, what you'll need to do is just fill out a little form and we'll get in touch with you with a way to schedule a phone call with either myself or Doug, and we will share everything that's going on with you. And again, that's getting in at the very ground floor, guys. This is a $150,000 pre-sale that we're doing. It's the first $150,000 worth of tokens that's ever going to ever be sold. Okay. You look at things like Safe Moon, and there's articles that I've shown that, $100 investment was worth $8 million at their high point. Okay. So, and that company's only been around for 5 months. Okay. And they're not doing anything. So, I mean, imagine what we can do if we got something here that's doing something. You really, truly have something to get on the ground floor. I could have sold this out to buddies at my country club for $150,000. Okay. But we really want to be able to be on the ground and say, look, let's help bring some people in and get them exposed to something here that they couldn't do otherwise. And let's build a true community. We've got 10% of the coins set aside, in the Ken's Coin there for, we call it admin, but it's literally to help us grow this business, to be part of the community, to help us book the tournaments and do the different things that we're going to be doing, to help us find families that have special needs. And you'll be able to be rewarded for that. So, it's a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I got a great weekend coming up where I'm going to be playing some golf, and hopefully when I come back Monday, I'm in a really good mood and have some really cool stuff that I win. But That's the thing about golf. Sometimes you think you're ready and you think you got it all going, and it just wakes up and slaps you in the head. Kind of like life.
Yeah.
Kind of like life sometimes, right?
It's a way of humbling you very fast.
Has a way of humbling you very, very quickly.
But then but when you nailed it, when you nailed that shot, or you win that round or whatever, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's great when you can get through there, and it's kind of like life, though. I mean, you just got to keep your eye on the ball. You got to pay attention all the time to what's going on.
Yep.
I played in a tournament yesterday afternoon, and I was playing really good, and I was only a couple over through like 13 holes, and I'm sitting there seeing myself shooting, looking at 74, seeing my things go ahead, and I fall asleep at the wheel, hit one out of bounds, and hit one in the water. Next thing I end up shooting, 7 over instead of 2 or 3 over.
Well, bummer.
And I just kind of fell asleep at the wheel, and
it's
like, how does that happen? But it's the thing. Golf is kind of like, again, it's just like life. You never know exactly what's going to happen. Just do your best to be prepared, and that's all we can do. One shot at a time, one day at a time.
That's right.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to hit for today?
No, let's wrap it up. This is a Good Friday. We'll talk to you on Monday and give you the next step of what's going on in the Bitcoin world and in the world of Kiddens Coin Wheels and how to get involved there and how to watch what we're doing and take you on for the ride.
That's it, guys. Have a great weekend, and we will definitely be back talking with you on Monday.
Take care.